Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Argo News.
One of the top contributors to education in Florida is the Florida Lottery.
Recently, representatives from the lottery were on campus to celebrate the success students are having with their grades. Argo News reporter David Cook has more on the story.
Studying all day to make sure that you ace that next exam can take a lot out of you. That's why representatives from both the University of West Florida and the Florida Lottery are throwing an ice cream social to reward all the hard work that students are putting in this semester.
I'm the district manager of the Florida Lottery. I manage the territories from the Alabama border over to Panama City in the panhandle of Florida. The Florida Lottery goes around the state of Florida to the different major universities, and we have what we call our ice cream socials. And we invite our Bright Future Scholars and anybody on campus that's a student to come by our event. And it is, we give out ice cream, sandwiches, we have pizza, we have water, we have a full-size Monopoly board that you are the working pieces to go around the Monopoly board. And there's prizes and games played throughout the afternoon. And what it is a way to thank the Bright Future Scholars and to also make the other students aware of the Bright Future Scholarship Program for their family members or brothers and sisters if they have them that's still in high school. University of West Florida has received over 40,000 scholarships over the years to the tune of $84 million. And that is just for the students at West Florida. And as I mentioned earlier, many billions of dollars throughout the state of Florida for all students. There has been 700,000 Bright Future Scholars across the state of Florida since its inception.
For more information on how the Florida Lottery contributes to bright futures, check out www.flalottery.com/brightfutures. For Argo News, this is David Cook.
If you're looking for a charitable club to join, reporter Sam Shields has the right organization for you.
On September 25th, Rotary Club took to the Cannon Greens for a charitable cause funded by their fellow classmates.
Rotaract on the Cannon Greens is our introduction, Rotaract's introduction to UWF's campus. Rotary Club is also the same as Interact Club, as Rotaract, as Rotaract International. It's all one big philanthropy service organization. Collectively, it makes the largest service organization in the world. Rotaract is made up of a lot of different business individuals that could be great for networking, especially on a local level. And at the same time, these people, they give back to the community in various different ways with their own service projects in other countries, and they are always doing things with the community around them. We're trying to bring awareness for some of our personal philanthropy, and we're also trying to see about getting people more involved with Rotaract to let our presence be known on campus. For example, we've got hundreds of hands for Westgate. Every handprint on this bus is $1 that's been raised to go to Escambia Westgate School. It's a school for people who have moderate, severe disabilities, sometimes even leaning more on the severe side with things like Down syndrome. Then we have the snow cones that are raising funds for our annual Costa Rica trip, where we send a couple of people to give out eyeglasses for kids who just simply can't afford them, and also put books in libraries to give them resources that they otherwise would just go without. Some of our extracurricular, we have Mr. Mark Aaron over here. He's always over at Bands on the Beach, and he decided he's going to come out and help support what Rotaract's got going for us. And then over here we have the Astronomy Club that's coming out. They've got their solar telescope out, so you can actually take a look at the surface of the sun. I find that incredibly interesting.
If you missed this event, be sure to watch out for more Rotary Club events happening in the future. I'm Sam Shields reporting for Argo News.
Students will start to see some major changes to restrooms across campus. Argo News reporter Travis Bennett has more on the story.
Bathroom signs like these are popping up all over campus. But what do they mean?
It just means that anybody, any gender can use the bathroom. It's not a specific prescribed bathroom. You know, and I think of especially on move-in days, we always would have a line for one of the genders at one time. So now just anybody can use either one of them. But it's really open to make our communities feel open and welcome that anybody can use those bathrooms. We have a student diversity committee that's made up of students but also professional staff. So they were the first kind of a spearhead of it, and then they kind of helped it happen. They came and met with myself and some of our leadership team on here in housing, and we had it happen. But then also we have another committee that's being worked on through GSA and other professional staff around campus to look at adding gender neutral bathrooms to the campus itself, and we've been doing a study and we've been working on that for about a year. I think it's for us to be just making sure we're meeting the needs of all of our students and all of our guests that visit the university as well, and thinking about just all different types of needs of students, but also people that may bring their families or somebody that needs to access the bathroom with a guest of some type, because we've even talked about it for students with maybe disabilities or a person that has a personal caregiver that needs to go in the bathroom as well. It's really important for us to have gender neutral bathrooms on campus. It's definitely happening at other campuses as we've kind of contacted our colleagues. University of Florida has gender neutral bathrooms. University of South Florida does. I've visited University of South Florida and seen them. So, we know some of our colleagues around the state are doing it. Plus, it's happening all over the country as well. We've identified other bathrooms that may work for this on campus. Right now, our goal is to find, we have a prescribed idea of what like a single stall lockable bathroom to make sure everybody would feel safe in that bathroom.
Right now, gender neutral bathrooms are only in the residence halls, but you can expect to see them all over campus in the future. I'm Travis Bennett reporting for Argo News.
In less than 4 weeks, UWF will be hosting its annual homecoming pep rally. This year, however, the cheerleaders have no coach and have been left without direction. Argo News reporter Yolanda Mack has more on the story.
It's been about 11 weeks since the UWF cheerleaders have been left without a coach. With football on the rise and homecoming not even a month away, what are the cheerleaders left to do?
Last year, we went through our coach, and she supervised us, and that's who we would go through. But this year, we don't have a coach at the moment, so we're kind of just following the sales and marketing and athletic directors and our captain. The cheerleaders are responsible for getting the crowd pumped up about games. They have school spirit. They're leaders for the school, and just to show their faces and get the crowd out to the school and bring in a lot of income, and it's going to be a great way to pump up our school spirit. Well, again, since we don't have a coach, we can't really be prepared for football because we aren't allowed to do anything. We aren't allowed to have practices. So I would say that we aren't prepared, but we can't be prepared. And I feel like if we were having practices, we would be. Everybody is pretty upset and they're feeling down about not having a coach because we aren't allowed to have practices, we aren't allowed to stunt, we aren't allowed to move forward as a team together. We're kind of just stuck in one place. So it's very disheartening that we don't have a coach and we aren't allowed to participate in any school events, especially with football coming. We kind of just been doing team bonding, like we go out to dinner or we'll have sleepovers or plan stuff to keep the team together so we don't lose ourselves in this whole process.
Cheerleaders still have their spirit intact. They will not let anyone rain on their parade. They are trying to keep their sisterly bond and a sense of team membership. I'm Yolanda Mack reporting for Argo News.
Argo News reporter Jordan Thatch teaches us how to become a human wrecking ball.
Pensacola has a new sport that seems to be bubbling up.
All right, so bubble soccer is awesome. Bubble soccer is full contact soccer while you're wearing this bubble. We got two different sizes. We got the youth bubble right here, which my little pal EJ is in, and the big bubble here, which is for adults like me. We're part of the National Association of Bubble Soccer, and we have over 40 affiliates all across the U.S. We're trying to start up leagues right now so that we can have adult rec bubble soccer play. We need 8 teams to sign up, and we also do private events like birthday parties, barbecues, corporate events such as that. And we can go on the beach, in the field, wherever, and we also have indoor and outdoor facilities available. It's a lot of fun. As you can see, there's a lot of kids back there playing, and it's full contact soccer. I mean, who else doesn't like to just smear their buddy every once in a while? We do bubble soccer everywhere. We do open fields like this during rec play days for youth sports associations, adult rec sports associations. We do indoors, outdoors. We've been
at different fields all over Pensacola, Fort Walton, Destin, Cantonment, even a couple up in Alabama. We go everywhere, so you know, distance and location isn't really a factor. As long as there's grass, we can play.
If you're interested in starting a league, you can contact them at bubblebumpersports.com. I'm Jordan Thatch reporting for Argo News.
UWF Recreation Sports and Services has some new and unusual sports activities this year. Argo News reporter Shakina Duncan has more on the story.
Are you looking to try something new or just get out and be a little more active?
The log rolling clinic is something that UWF Aquatics is putting on, and they actually bought the logs for the clinic, and we decided that we would do it as an intramural event. And it's kind of like golf in the sense that whenever you get that one really good hit, you want to keep playing even though you're awful the rest of the time. That's what log rolling is like. So you're not staying up for very long, but if you keep practicing and working and you get that, 30-second time where you're on the log, then you're like, yeah, I'm hooked. Just come and try something new and do something different, meet some new people. They're going to be held at the Aquatic Center, and it is going to be once a month. We just had the first one a couple of days ago. The next one will be in October, and then in November 13th. And then after the November 13th clinic is whenever we'll have our intramural sport competition. We did have a new sport that we tried out at the university this year for intramural sports, and that's called spike ball. And it's a real beachy kind of sport that's up and coming. The spike ball crew was on Shark Tank, and so we bought a few sets. We had our first spike ball tournament the second week of school. We ended up getting 20 teams, which was pretty exciting. We were out on the Cannon Greens playing spike ball. We were out at Beach Bash playing spike ball. So we were just trying to introduce the new quirky, fun sport that only takes a team of two to play, and it's one team of two versus another team of two. And it was such a smash whenever we did our one-night tournament the second week of school, and all of the teams came out and loved it, and it was just a single elimination tournament, and they were all asking when we were going to hold it again. So we will most likely hold another, either a tournament or a league. We haven't decided yet for the spring.
To stay up to date on the activities hosted by UWF's Recreation and Sports Services, go to uwf.edu/recreation and click on Intramural Sports. I'm Shakina Duncan, reporting for Argo News.
UWF is hosting log rolling clinics once a month in the Aquatic Center. Argo News reporter Aaron Lothor has more on the story.
Are you interested in learning a sport with a twist?
I think for the most part, to be good at log rolling, it requires, of course, a lot of balance, but it's a core sport, so you've got to have a good, strong, tight ab as well, and then just practice it. It's a lot of fast footwork. We do have training wheels on our logs, so we can start off a little bit slower than normal and then speed it up as your ability grows. Oh yeah, I think everybody should come to the clinics. It's just so much fun, even from day one. Of course, people that are from around here, if they've been surfing or skateboarding or even skiing, water skiing or snow skiing, they've got that balance. So it's very, very similar to that, and they would have some success. And if you've got that competitive bone in you, then you just want to do it longer and longer and longer and longer. So I think a beginner would really enjoy it. Right now, the log rolling here at UWF is in its infancy, so we're going to offer one log rolling competition this fall through the intramural sports department, and it's going to be like a tournament. We just purchased the logs the beginning of this year and had them delivered during the summer so that the staff could kind of work with them and learn them. And then we started offering clinics just this September, and so we've got them scheduled for one clinic every month for the fall, with the final clinic in November also having the intramural tournament attached to it. And then we'll probably schedule some next semester as well, but we haven't come up with that schedule just yet.
You can get more information by emailing intramurals@uwf.edu. Don't forget to join us for the log rolling competition on October 30th, 2015. I'm Erin Lothar, reporting for Argo News.
A unique business idea can turn a UWF student's dream into a reality. Argo News reporter Jordan Soto has more on the story.
There are many different students here at UWF, with many different lifestyles. Here's one student who's chosen to turn their lifestyle into a career.
Being in college and at a university in general helps me manage my time and also to expose the product and the lifestyle of Kawasa. The bus is definitely a big conversation when it comes to our success. It was something that set us apart from everyone else. This road trip really got our exposure out there. Like I said, we put on our phones and we put down our laptops and we brought our product to people who had no idea who we were. So that definitely was something that set us apart from everyone else. Our lifestyle also, not just wearing clothing line, but being a lifestyle and living it. We went on this 50-day road trip up the East Coast, and it definitely sets us apart from our competitors. We're not only selling clothing, but we're selling a lifestyle. So the bus and the clothing line definitely work hand in hand. We're working on a 2015 winter collection. We're also working alongside nonprofit organizations that are aimed at ocean conservation. We're expanding to local businesses in Pensacola, hopefully, and in the Panhandle area. And then 2016, the summer, we'll be taking our West Coast trip, which hopefully will be a success, getting our product onto the West Coast.
UWF has helped aid this student in achieving his goals. I'm Jordan Soto, reporting for Argo News.
Dreams of TV stardom can start right on YouTube. Argo News reporter Jasmine Granger has more on the story.
Are you a college student trying to figure out what to do after graduation? What about following your dreams now?
I came up with the show, The Jews. It was really random. I really wanted something to bring it to the campus of UWF and also the Pensacola community that could bring a positive light on issues that we debate about on an everyday basis. So I wanted to talk amongst my friends and give them perspectives on issues we make memes out of and joke about, but kind of add an intellectual spin on it. So I thought that was something that could, one, give UWF some spice, but also, you know, help myself out in a little bit and help me pursue my career in TV and radio. I was always told you need to create your opportunities. Here at UWF, I felt like they didn't have many opportunities for me to pursue my career, and so I tried YouTube in the past with a previous YouTube series, and out of nowhere, I brainstormed, thought of a whole new idea, and I felt like I found my craft in order to give myself some publicity and also to build a portfolio for people in the industry to look at. Viewers are loving it. You know, the first episode did numbers. Episode 2 is still up there. We just released it not too long ago, and we're moving forth. We're doing live recordings of the show now, so students are excited to where they can actually come and be a live audience and give their feedback personally. So if I can create a product within me finishing my last year or so here at UWF, I can graduate with something good on my belt and hopefully a lot of opportunities. You can catch The Juice on Tuesdays, 8, 7 Central. With that changing, the very first live episode of The Juice will be October 10th at Club Oasis here in Pensacola, Florida. So you can come out there. Doors open at 8:30, show starts at 9. Very nice red carpet pictures and everything is gonna be very fancy. We got performances, and after that, we're gonna enjoy the night. So you should definitely come out and check out The Juice. Support it. YouTube.com/ThatGuyBroad.
Figuring out what to do next can start by a little creativity and following your dreams like Brandon. I'm Jasmine Granger, reporting for Argo News.
For over 60 years, Bobby's Hobby House has been the go-to shop for modeling and gaming needs, though not many people are aware of its latest move from W Street to 9 Mile Road. Argo News reporter Jared Perez has more on the story.
Having trouble finding a place with model behavior?
October we're going to hit 62 years. It started, as far as my family goes, in 1954. My grandfather was medically retired out of the Navy, and he was going in buying radio control airplanes at a shop down in Brownsville called Robbie's Hobbies. Robbie Robertson had bought it from Elmer Peterson, who'd owned it before him, and one day he told my granddad, why don't you just buy the whole darn shop from me, Clint? Our original store was in Brownsville. It was on Mobile Highway. We were there from 1954 to 1982. In 1982, we moved up to W Street, just south of Airport Boulevard. Of course, Airport didn't go through at that time, but we were there for 32 years. We just moved this past June. We're at 2 East 9 Mile Road in the shopping center with Harbor Freight Tools. out of the corner of 9 Mile and Old Palafox. Basically better traffic. W Street is still the very center of town. It reaches all parts of town, but it's a very high-speed shortcut. That if you didn't know we were there, nobody was finding us because everybody just blasts down that road and doesn't even look. My grandfather started the business. My father ran it for about 20 years. He left in '92. I came back in 2001 after living in Texas for about 10 years and took over the day-to-day operations. And kind of as things went along, as my grandparents passed away, I've ended up with the business and I'm trying to do my best to keep it going. We do plastic models, model railroads, radio control, art supplies, games, puzzles, kites, rockets, military books. Probably missing a few things, but that gives us the most of it.
So whether gaming, models, puzzles, or more, come out and find it at Bobby's Hobby House in their new location. You can find them at bobyshobbyhouse.com or by finding them on Facebook. I'm Jared Perez, Argo News reporting. We're re-rolling that one.
It's time to laugh, eat, and enjoy a good time. Argo News' Talayla Howard has more on the story.
Looking for a better way to spend your Sunday night? Eat, laugh, and relax? Well, look no further. Your wish has been granted.
Comedy Zone is the largest comedy company in the country, and Comedy Zone is now in Pensacola every Sunday. So it gives a platform for comedians to do what they do so well. I approached Seville about 2 months ago saying, hey Seville, you guys are an amazing place. Everything is here except comedy. So what can we do to get comedy here? So I was able to talk with the owners here, and we collaborated with Comedy Zone to bring comedy here every Sunday. Different comedians from Comedy Central, Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, Zanies. Every show is absolutely amazing. It's on the show every Sunday. I have to be unique and different. Can't do the same jokes, so I talk about current events. So this Sunday I will talk about the Pope. I'll talk about politics and things in Pensacola. Every Sunday I have a local comic open up the show. I come out at 8 o'clock, I do about 10 minutes, and then I bring out a local comedian. They get 3 to 5 minutes. So we want to connect local new comics to seasoned traveling comics, so they can make that connection to possibly get them on the road with them or to show them and give them pointers to do what they do better. Great thing about someone that wants to come to the show, no need for reservation or tickets because you can walk right up. We hold about 200 people and we sell tickets at the door. And it's the same price, only $8. Doors open at 6, show starts at 8. Every Sunday, Seville Quarter, 8 o'clock. Be here.
Your Sunday night can be filled with laughter and excitement. Here at Seville Quarter at 8 p.m. Address is 130 East Government Street. I'm Talayla Howard reporting for Argo News.
The number of musicians in Pensacola is on the rise. Argo News reporter Tyler Simmons was able to meet up with a local singer to get some insight on the life of one of Pensacola's aspiring musicians.
The Pensacola local music scene is taking off in a big way.
I've been playing guitar about 5 years. Played bass for a while. I played in a band back in the day. Can play a little piano, and drums really mediocre. But that's about it. When I first started writing songs and all that, I did folk music. But now it's more like soul and R&B. But since I have those old songs and new songs, it's kind of like a mixture of both, I'd say.
You and I have a history, baby. You and I are mystery, ain't we? And every time I turn my head, someone else's clothes are wrapped.
The two that popped to mind immediately are the Handlebar and Suggos. Those two have a ton of shows. Also, there's open mics that the Constant Coffee does open mic, End of the Line has open mic, and then the Vinyl sometimes does local stuff, but they're usually more like bigger name people. I don't know. But yes, the Handlebar and Suggos are like the two big ones. So, the first ones that come to mind are this guy named Al Mirabella. Dinosaur Days is a great band. Dull Actors, and man, there's actually quite a few. Nebular Theory, Kid Eternity, Flossie and the Fox, Papa Squawk. There's like 8 or 9 like actual. There's people who like they play quite a few shows, so you're gonna see them. So
You can catch local music in downtown Pensacola almost every night of the week. And if you want to keep track of Dalton Wright, you can find him on Facebook. I'm Tyler Simmons, reporting for Argo News.
Last weekend, Fiesta of Five Flags hosted what is one of the largest arts and crafts fairs in Northwest Florida. Argo News reporter Lindsay Tebow has more on the story.
Are you looking for something fun, free, and delicious to do with your family this weekend?
The Fiesta of Five Flags has been around since 1949, so we're in our 66th year. And the mission has basically remained the same since it started in '49, to promote the heritage of Pensacola, promote tourism in Pensacola, and celebrate all things Pensacola, basically. The festival was established in Pensacola in 1977, and Fiesta purchased the festival and started promoting it in the mid-'80s. And since then, we have grown to over 100,000 participants. We've expanded from 1 park to 3 parks, and hopefully we'll continue to grow. The motive behind Seafood Festival is to bring the locals and tourists to Pensacola to enjoy everything that Pensacola has to offer in arts and crafts, great seafood, and live entertainment.
We have a great entertainment lineup. We have some amazing headliners. We have Drake White and the Big Fire, Mark Broussard and Anders Osborne. We have some great seafood. We have the Gulf to Table, so some of your favorite restaurants around Pensacola with your favorite celebrity chefs. And then also we have over 150 arts and crafts vendors coming from all over the country to show us all of their artwork, from jewelry to gourmet items to outdoor decor, furniture, all sorts of stuff. And then finally we have a children's area, so all families, everybody of all ages can come. We're super excited to introduce the Wind Creek Retreat VIP entertainment area. So you will get VIP seating and access to all the drinks that you would like. You have to be over the age of 21, and there is a slight cost for the wristband. It's going to be $50, but you'll get to see some of our amazing headliners up close.
Come out to Pensacola's 38th Annual Seafood Festival for good food and good times. I'm Lindsay Tebow, reporting for Argo News.
Well, that's all the news we have for you this week.
Make sure to tune in every weekday to stay up to date with the news on campus.
And for all you Argos out there, have a great week and be sure to make a splash.